What's up, Instagram? Nice to see you all. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're having an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, wherever it is you're tuning in from. I think it's better like that. Anyways, as you're tuning in, I would love to know, as always, number one, where you're tuning in from. Number two, love to know 3 things you're grateful for out there in Instagram world. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and throw a comment in the comment section so I can go on there later and chat with you as well. What is up, friends? Welcome. Amir, welcome back. San Francisco's in the house. From Sweden, Tomas, welcome. Nice to see you. Arizona's back in the house. Michael, nice to see you. Looks like DC is in the house. Who else is here and where you're from? SA, South Africa? Let's see. Grateful for life, family, and good health. Hello from India. Very nice. Grateful for life, health, and to be home with my kids. Beautiful. Very nice, Samantha. Today's topic is 10 little things. And you'll realize they're not that little in a minute, but 10 little things that will kill, destroy, implode, explode, basically just crush. I don't know what word you want to use to catch your attention, but anything that you do on this list will absolutely dismember, decapitate. I don't know what word will catch your attention, but this will literally destroy any relationship you have. Friendship, business relationship, relationship with yourself, even if you do any of these things. But there are 10 things that will absolutely, end any relationship. And so, if you would, in the comments, I would love to know what you guess they might be. What's up, friends from Brazil? Nice to see you. What would you guess 10 things that could kill a relationship might be? Now, again, these aren't the big ones. These aren't the easy ones. I'm trying to dig a little deeper so that people listening might be able to see something that and go, oh, shoot. Because you might be doing one of these. And if you're doing one of these, I really want you to see it right now and get rid of it. Because if you do, these are killers of a relationship. So I see lying, negative talk. Those are 2 things that popped up here. Envy and fear. These things can definitely end a relationship. What else? What else do you think? I got 10 of them that I came up with. And there's a lot more. Pride. Definitely end a relationship. Ignoring needs. Control issues. These things can all definitely end a relationship. What else? No integrity. Absolutely. Avoidance. 100%. Control, absolutely. What? Going against core values, 100%. Criticizing. Yep. What else? What is up, friends from Morocco? Nice to see you. Insecurity can definitely end a relationship. Not being open about sexual desires and wants, sure. Lack of polarity, 100%. No vision, absolutely. No respect each other. Not respecting each other, absolutely. Constant comparison, absolutely. Jealousy. Finances. Okay? Lack of communication. 100%. All these things can. And so I'm going to start on the list of 10. No self-love, 100%. So I was journaling this, and I got my list of 10. The number one thing I wrote that most people don't realize, neglect, absolutely, that's a big one. The number one thing that can end a relationship that most people don't realize, that we do a lot, and a lot of times we don't realize it because it seems like we're trying to help. We tell ourselves, I was just trying to help. I was just showing them something they could do better. I was just trying to give them feedback on what's real. I mean, what? I can't even tell them how I feel about it? And we disguise it as like, how do you expect me to help you be better if I can't just tell you things that that aren't as good as they could be, or things you need to do differently, or things you need to do better. And the number one, someone guessed, is just criticism. Criticism. You want to kill a relationship? Criticize the hell out of your partner. Criticize everything they do. Criticize what they don't do. Criticize who they are. Criticize their character. There's a good one. Criticize their past. Criticize their future. I mean, criticize everything about them, and I guarantee the relationship, dead. 100%. Why? Because no one, males, females, feminine people, masculine people, no one likes to be criticized. Never, ever, 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 ever. Now, there's certain people who are more likely to criticize than all the others. And let's be honest, raise your hand if this is you. People who tend to criticize way more than everyone else are people who, give you a moment to guess here, think about it for a second, people who are incredibly critical of themselves. People who tend to criticize most often are people who are usually incredibly critical of themselves. For the person who says, my mother, she was incredibly critical, I guarantee the most critical person in her, the most critical person she was most critical about in her whole life was herself. You know, if I scroll back, I did that and I regret it. It's a killer. It absolutely murders relationships. And, you know, it's just a number. It's one thing we don't realize we're doing. And it's as simple as, you know, thank you for bringing that over here. Here's the thing. Could you do it like this next time? Now, there's a way to ask for them to adjust what they're doing without criticizing them. Listen, you brought it over, but don't do it like that, okay? I've told you before, don't do it like that. It's really annoying when you do that. Now, the opposite, the cure to criticism is appreciation, and I always teach people dolphin training. Meaning, how do you get them to give you what you need, want, desire if you can't give them feedback? Well, you can give them feedback. You just got to give them feedback in a different way where they can actually hear it. Otherwise, if you give them feedback and it comes across as criticism, you're dead. Absolutely dead. And so the way to give them criticized, number one, anytime they do it right, appreciate the life out of it. Oh my God, that was amazing. Good job. Great work. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful you took time to do that. Wow, that means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, dive in, give it to them, remind them, tell them, thank them, kiss them, love them, hug them, high five them. You know, really celebrate like hell for them. And this is called dolphin training. You know, how do they get a dolphin? I'm not a big fan of this because I think, you know, dolphins should be out in the wild. But how do they get a dolphin in a tank to swim through a hoop? Well, anytime that dolphin gets close to the hoop, in the beginning, they put the hoop in the water and the dolphin cruises around. And one day, the dolphin gets close to the hoop, and all of a sudden, a bunch of fish show up, and they're like, "Hey, amazing! I think I found the whole concept of fish. The hidden treasure of fish is near this thing in the water." And they swim near it the next day, and kapow, a bunch of fish show up. And they swim near it the next day, and pow, a bunch of... And pretty soon they know if they go near that hoop, bingo, ton of fish is coming. And then pretty soon they raise the hoop a little so it gets near the top, and the dolphin swims to the spot it used to be. Nothing happens. The dolphin's like, I'm confused. Where'd the fish go? And then pretty soon it goes, oh, there's the thing, and it swims near it, and then kapow, lots of fish, kapow, lots of fish. And I was like, oh my God, I figured it out. It's the thing. The thing has all the fish. And then one day they raise the thing out of the water. It's not even in the water anymore. And this dolphin comes flying out of the water and touches the thing and drops in, and then kapow, fish. And it's like, oh my God, if I can just touch the thing, I get the fish. And then pretty soon, it's not just touching the thing, it's jumping through the thing. And then you get all the fish. They train that dolphin to do something that's magnificent. And again, I'm not a fan of the concept here, but I like the theory of how to train that dolphin. It's the same way you can train any human you're in a relationship with, of how to do the things you need them to do by giving them a lot of fish, a lot of rewards when they do it right. Now, what do you do when they do it wrong? It's really simple. You ignore it. You don't pay attention. You go, oh, eesh. Okay, breathe. Count to 10, chill out, give them a chance to do it right. The moment they do it right, gold mine, jackpot of fish. Give them lots of fish so they get it right. So number one thing that'll kill your relationship, criticism. What's the opposite of criticism? Appreciation. Appreciate them when they do it right. Acknowledge them when they do it right. Reward them when they do it right. Ignore when they mess it up or you feel like criticizing, go breathe. Number 2, choosing to put each other second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, anything except for number 1 in your life. Choosing to put your partner behind something else. Meaning, your partner comes in the room and they go, hey, hun, I really want to connect with you. And you go, listen, I love you so much. But here's the thing. This comes first, then you. Now, the moment you do that, it will naturally create a tension, really bad tension. Hold on one sec. So how do you deal with betrayal in a marriage? If this is infidelity or betrayal, go to gottman.com and there's a course on working through that. And these people are marriage and family therapists who've been studying 3,000 couples for 30 years on how to do. I'm actually going to take the course. Once I'm done, I'll walk you through it, but I'm not there yet. I'm only level 1 certified with Gottman. I'll do level 2 in the next few weeks here. And then I am going to go through that course on how to help with that. How do you choose to appreciate when you want to criticize? You got to breathe, man. You got to really, really, truly underneath it. You got to breathe and you got to flood your mind with everything you love and appreciate and adore about them and speak those. Take your criticism and write it down, crumple it up, light it on fire, and throw it away. Take your criticism and, go tell the tree outside. But truthfully, unkind words like that will actually kill the tree over time, so don't do that unless you don't like the tree. But criticism kills, it really does. So get rid of it, replace it, and you got to train your body, you got to practice. Number 2, putting them second, third, fourth, fifth, or anywhere else except for number 1. The moment you put your partner number 1, especially, I use this especially for people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who are also running a business either together or you have your own business. You have to put your partner number 1. Because what tends to happen is we get so busy working that we're like, and then our partner comes in and goes, hey, babe, and you go, just a minute, which subconsciously you just told them, when I'm done with what's most important, then I'll deal with you. Instead of saying, you know what, they're number 1. It doesn't matter what I'm working on. If I'm in the middle of it and they come in and go, hey, babe, I go, and lovingly turn towards, yeah, babe, what's up? And put her first. Choosing to put her first, regardless of what's going on, and choosing that they know they're number 1. What's wild is a lot of people say, well, how am I going to get anything done if they're always coming in here? And how in the heck will I get anything done if they're always interrupting me? Well, the truth is, the moment that they know they're number 1, they will champion you to go get it all. They'll be like, nah, go get it done. I'm good. I'll see you in a few minutes. Like, go. Come on, trust me. I love you. I know. Go. Get it done. It's amazing. They will champion you to go get it done as soon as they know that they're number 1. The moment they know that they're number 2, 3, 4, 5, they will constantly be fighting to see if they're number 1. It's amazing what happens the moment they know they're number 1. So second way to kill your relationship, put them anything except for number 1 in life. Next up, let's talk about doors and windows. Doors and windows. And so for a relationship to work, or let's say what'll kill a relationship is if you close the door between you and your partner and you open the window between you and everyone else. What does that mean? You stop sharing what's real between you two, and instead you share everything else with your friends, your family, your community, your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever, and you stop sharing intimate details with your partner. Instead, the doors should be shut to everyone else in the world, and the window needs to be open between you and your partner. And so if we talk about doors and windows here, what absolutely kills a relationship is when you shut the door between you and your partner and you stop sharing intimate details and the truth, and instead you open the window to everyone else. What keeps and maintains a relationship is when you close the door to everyone else about your intimate life and you open the window between you and your partner and you share all the beauty and details between each other, but not the world around you. So doors and windows. It's a simple way to consider how to keep a relationship. Next one. And now, what would cause someone to try to close the door between their partner and open the window to friends, families, and anyone else? What causes that is, I've been trying and they just won't listen. They're so busy doing other things. They put me last. They're basically, anytime our feelings get hurt, the quickest way we can screw it up even more is our feelings get hurt, so we feel scared to talk to our partner. So instead what we do is we close the door because we don't want to get hurt emotionally anymore. Then we open the window to our best boyfriend, girlfriend, longtime friend, family member, whoever, and we start blabbing away at all the things that are going on, and they start giving all their feedback. And what happens is you're killing your relationship right there. And so instead, you need courage in these moments. You need to be brave. You need to be able to speak your truth. You need to be able to speak your truth without criticizing, but instead just say, this is my truth. I'm not criticizing you in any way, but I need to speak what's real for me. A simple phrase to do this is, my hallucination is. My hallucination, what I believe, my hallucination of what's going on is this. Please correct me if I'm wrong. These are not fighting words. I need to express how I feel. Now, there's a layer of how to listen to this as well, because it's not just how to say it. You need to be able to listen to it, and to make the person feel heard. It's not about fixing it or responding. Really, truly, in this case, it's learning. I'll give you the 4 steps real quick. I didn't write it in my 10, but I'll give you the 4 steps. Number 1, it's being able to digest what it is they're saying and to be able to share some of it back. Before you ever make your point, you got to share what you heard back and clarify to their satisfaction so that they know you heard them clearly. Number 2, you want a statement, and I call this labeling how it must feel. So you want to be empathetic to them and say, hey, with everything you just shared, if I heard you correctly, you said this and this and this, and they go, yeah, that's correct. And say, wow, that must feel, and you label it, really frustrating, really hurtful, really challenging, really whatever. And they'll go, no, that doesn't feel hurtful, it feels frustrating. And you go, that must feel very frustrating. And they go, yeah, it does. Then that's step 2. Step 3, you share how you would feel, empathize with it. I would feel really upset if that happened to me. So step 3 is I would feel, empathize how you would feel. And then step 4, the final, what should we do with it? And then shut up and listen. And so there's 4 steps there. 1, repeat back some of the details to their satisfaction so they know you were listening. 2, empathize, label how it must make them feel to clarify and make sure you understand the right emotion of what they're feeling. 3, empathize and state how you would feel in the process. 4, ask them what they want to do with it and move through it together. But that process, in the concept of communicating and understanding a difficult comment, realize you're not trying to fix it. Instead, you're understanding and communicating with it. Next up, number 4, only speaking your love language. This is a way to murder a relationship. I mean, imagine for a second that you speak Swahili and you cruise over to, I don't know, Guatemala, and they speak Spanish, and you cruise around just speaking Swahili to everyone, and then you're pissed that they're not doing what you're asking them to do. You're like, which way is the bathroom in Swahili? And they're like, You're like, these people, they hate me. They're ignorant. They don't get it. And then you start naming and blaming and attacking people when in reality, you're not speaking their language. It's real simple. So this is another killer of relationships. You got to learn to speak your partner's love language, which means number 1, you got to figure out what your love language is. Number 2, you got to figure out what their love language is. And then number 3, you got to learn to speak their language. That's a simple one. Most people get that if you've read the 5 love languages. It's real simple, but it's useful. Number 5, high expectations of them with zero appreciation of them. What does that mean? You expect them to be a good person, show up, love you with all their heart, do all these things, never lie to you, always be a good person, always, always, always. You have all these expectations of what they do, and they're constantly letting you down. They're constantly frustrating you. They're constantly aggravating you because you have these massive expectations, and then when they do anything right, anything, you have zero appreciation for them. That'll kill a relationship. That'll kill a friendship. That'll kill a business relationship. That'll kill anybody. Any relationship. Intimate relationship is donezo. Meaning, if you have extreme expectations of everything you want and expect them to do all the time, everywhere, every time for you, and then you have zero appreciation for anything they actually do. The reverse of this is unbelievable appreciation for everything they are and all that they do, and really truly dropping the expectations. Instead, speaking your truth of what it is you need, want, desire, and how you need, want, desire, and helping them. Be a dolphin trainer, helping them learn how to do it. And when they don't do it right, just be like, hey, I'm so appreciative of the fact that you tried. That's okay. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can get it. Let's keep putting in the effort together. And you need to really be putting in your effort to love on them too. Both, back and forth. Yep, trade your expectations for appreciation. Absolutely, expectations will kill your relationship. Number 5, having a low personal standard. A low personal standard, meaning you believe in all of your awesomeness, that if the relationship is going to work, it's because they're going to have to make it work, and you are amazing and just have to sit here and do nothing for it to actually work out. That can't even breathe. And so that concept of low personal standards. You're not willing to do the work. You're not willing to read about it. You're not willing to learn about it. You're not willing to practice it. You're not willing to try any of this stuff. You're just like basically in your mind saying, I'm perfect. They need to figure it out. And I'm going to wait right here in my throne of awesomeness until they get it. Like, that's gone. Dunzo. Never going to work. Never, ever, 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 ever. You might as well strangle it. So the opposite of this, the opposite of this concept is having high standards, a high personal standard that you're willing to do the work, you're willing to learn about it, you're willing to practice, you're willing to put in the time and effort, you're willing to work through this stuff together, you're willing to be a partner on the journey together and do the work. So that's number 6. Number 7, going to relationships to try to get something versus to try to give something. Meaning you show up to the relationship and your goal is to get their attention, to get their love, to get their sex, to get their humor. You're trying to get as much as you can from them. You want their attention, you want their connections, you want their power, you want their love, you want their sexiness, you want their humor, you want their intelligence, you want all their stuff from them, and you don't want to give anything to them. You just put up with them. But you want it all from them. Deadly. Not going to work. And the truth is, whatever you go to get in that relationship, whatever you're trying to get from it, once you have it all and the glass is empty, you're going to then try to go get it somewhere else. This is why people who go to relationships to get land up going other places to get it once they've drained it out of this person. And so it's really simple. You imagine if a cup has some, I wish I had one around here, but if I had a glass and it had some water in it, and this person came to the relationship to get water, they drain it and 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 drain it. And one day when that water's gone, now they're going to go somewhere else to find a drink of water. Now, that might have been affection. That might have been attention. That might have been knowledge or experience. But there was something they were trying to get. And as soon as they got it all, or the person got busy and can't give them as much anymore, then they go to the kids to try to get it. Then they go to their work to try to get it. Then they go to their business partner to try to get it. Then they go to an affair to try to get it. Then they go to TV to try to get it. Then they go to food to try to get it. Then they find it somewhere else and try to get it from everywhere else because they ran dry in their actual relationship. Versus you go to that relationship to give, and you find something you want to give most to the person you want to spend your life with, or a business partnership or any relationship, and your goal is to show up and give, the only reason it would ever run dry is because you stopped giving. And so this concept, you got to go there to give instead of trying to get. Trying to get, kill the relationship. Number 8, always focusing on what's missing. Here's another way to kill a relationship. Just constantly evaluate the relationship and ignore everything that's good about it, and just focus on everything that's missing from the relationship. They're not tall enough, they're not smart enough, they're not strong enough, they're not cute enough, they're not happy enough, they're not working hard enough, they're not putting in enough effort, they're not trying enough, they're not remembering what I want them to remember. You just look at everything that's missing. Everything that's missing. Just constantly focus on what's missing, and it's dead. It's dead. That's how we fall out of love. That's how relationships end. We sit around and we ignore everything that's great, and we only focus on what's wrong with it. Easy way to kill a relationship. Let's see. Number 9, a fixed mindset. So there's a growth mindset and a fixed mindset, and this came from Carol Dweck, who wrote the book called Mindset. She's a psychologist at Stanford University who did the research on this, and she found that people with a fixed mindset, they avoid challenges, they give up early, they hate criticism. If it doesn't work, they get out quick and run from it. They believe if you have to put effort in, literally you're done. And so literally a fixed mindset will kill any relationship. A growth mindset will absolutely help make that magic happen. And so a growth mindset is the key. And number 10, this one's important. Allowing all of your past triggers and experiences to determine the response to your current relationship. So if you really want to kill a relationship with anybody, even a person you're just getting into a relationship with as a friend, allow all your past triggers, everything that happened back then, to determine how you respond to the person right now. Every now and then, someone will legitimately attack me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, and they'll just become a keyboard warrior and be like, you're doing this wrong and you need to do this and blah, 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 and there's what's wrong with you and you don't understand and blah, 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 and they'll just go to freaking town. And people like to label them like, oh, that's a hater. And I'm like, I don't think they're a hater. I think what's happening is they're killing any relationship they could ever have with me, because anytime that happens, block. I have no time for that. There's too many great people out there to work with, and too many amazing humans I'd love to help. And so what happens is, when you look at this, more often than not, what's going on is this harsh, aggressive, intense reaction has nothing, zip, zero, nada, to do with me. Instead, it's literally something from their past that they're responding to wildly aggressively at me, and I didn't do it. and so this concept of, I saw hurt people, that's right. I always say it's an act of love or cry for help. And the concept is it's a cry for help, but it's them allowing their past to determine their current response. They're allowing past triggers, someone who broke up with them, someone who hurt their feelings, someone who upset them, someone who did something mean, someone who did something to them. They're allowing that back there to determine this response right here, instead of being present and saying, this is right here, right now. Someone's doing something. I'm going to take it as if it's the first time, and I'm going to respond to them in this moment. I'm going to give them enough credit and opportunities to have an actual presence and relationship together right now, right here. So those are 10 things. If you found this useful, I don't know, click share, tag someone in this. I'd love to share this little message. Someone said, am I going to post this on the channel? Yes. What I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to save this if it lets me. I'm going to post it on YouTube, on jrctv.com on YouTube. And then I'll also see if I could post it back up here on my channel for you guys to listen to. So hopefully this is useful. Hopefully you learned something from this. And tag someone who needs to hear it. Share it with someone you think that could use this in lessons. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. This was day number, oh my gosh, I think it's day number 91 maybe of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. So hope you love it. Tag someone who needs it. Share it with someone you love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.